robbery. I got a dot on this Glock, ain't no robbing me. These niggas like to comment shit on Instagram pics. See me in public, say hi to me. Boy, I don't get it. Bro hit a lick, then I'm with it. Been hanging out the ski mask, I can't fit it. Bro hit a lick, then I'm with it. Been hanging out the ski mask, I can't fit it. That's playing around.
Welcome to DC Gospel, man. Before we go any further, man, hit them buttons, subscribe, share, and like. Man, them violent interrupters, mo, they got it bad, mo, in DC, mo.
Using basketball to help these kids.
Curtis Malone helped me get to where I am today, you know, as far as in the basketball world and the influence that he had on me.
Everybody who you see in college basketball, everybody who you see in the NBA has at one time played for AAU teams. Curtis Malone was the guy who got them those players.
And you know something, y'all? It's a guy from back in the days had his assault, I think, AAU team, and he used to mess with a dude that, you know, we all know from over Clay Turris back in the day. So, you know, the violent interrupter program got like a big, like even with just DC, the older males, extorting young guys.
Court, he put a lot of personal time into making sure that as young men that they were taken care of. They might not have father figures. Curtis took that role on.
You know, we trusted him as a coach, and we knew that he had our back no matter what.
So they could benefit. And I think that's just wrong. Even the extortion of like with crime, telling them things, talking bad about another old guy that's probably in your bracket, because it's just like the whole violent interrupted thing is just something like one big game to me, it looks like. I mean, that's just my opinion. There's some ones out there that I know that's doing the right one. Shout out to them. You feel what I'm saying? But a lot of them, it's weird. Even with this guy, if you look, dates back to how far DC goes in just stealing money from the youngest. And this guy was a kingpin. So I want y'all to check his story out, man. I'm giving y'all true DC gospel stories, man. They can't even really dig up stories like this because they don't really know these guys and even heard of them. But this is a big one right here. Basketball coach had some of the famous basketball stars, y'all. I'm talking about famous. Guess what? Big time kingpin dope boy, literally. Like we competing with them. So I'm just telling y'all, man, like watch out for these violent interruptions. I'm telling y'all violent interruptions. Y'all got anything shady going on, man, clean it up, mo. Cause Trump ain't playing. Trump ain't playing, y'all. Man, I love y'all. Peace and harmony, man. Check out the story, man. It's real life street DC stories. Kingpins that they don't even know about. Man, we're on our way to 10,000 subscribers, man. I love y'all. Peace and harmony.
Known as the DC Godfather of basketball. He's the founder of the highly successful DC Assault AAU basketball program. Well, Malone is now opening up about his double life as a coach and a drug dealer in his new...
That he was communicating quite a bit with, known drug traffickers. He was the larger coordinator of distributing drugs. We were conducting electronic and physical surveillance of his organization, predominantly mainly looking at his residence. This is where he was conducting all of his business. He was a very popular individual in the community, so it was very strange. He would have guests in his house with drugs in there, but he would discuss AAU business. However, when he would have his co-conspirators for the drug trafficking organization come to his house, he would pull the drugs out and provide the customer base with drugs. He was sourcing it between California as well as Baltimore, anywhere between 50 to 60,000 a kilo for heroin. So if he's wholesaling it, he's probably making 10,000 per kilo.
People knew that he was a drug dealer. They knew that he had money in his safe. What if one of those kids happened to be at Mr. Malone's house the day that somebody came to rob him in the drug business? This is a dangerous game.
From controlled purchases from the confidential sources working within the organization, we were able to conduct seizures directly related to Curtis Malone. We'd had enough evidence to go ahead and make the arrest. We decided to go ahead and do a traffic stop on him and arrest him. We were in possession of information saying that there was a good amount of drugs that was in his possession. We arrested Malone. That evening in Southeast DC. Thereafter, we obtained a search warrant for his residence. We found .40 caliber pistols, magazines, ammunition. We also found heroin in his basement.
Federal agents arrested Curtis Malone as a key suspect in a major drug operation. Pretty shocking news to many people in this neighborhood.
No, it never crossed my mind. To me, it was always Coach. I mean, we always call him Kurt, or we called him Coach. Like, there was no other thing that that I even knew about. So it was definitely shocking to me.
Curtis's arrest impacted the AAU world, but I think it impacted a lot of people on a personal level because.
How are you today?
Today, I'm very, very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Blessed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's talk about DC Assault, the nonprofit AAU basketball. It is in your heart to help so many young people coaching basketball, creating this. Start at the beginning for those who don't know you and your success in the city.
Okay. Well, we started DC Assault in 1993, and it was just a normal youth program that we started, and we created something just to help kids, and especially those kids from the inner city who weren't fortunate enough. And then it ended up just blowing up to something we didn't imagine it would be.
I mean, you had sponsorships coming in from big companies.
Yes. For
these young people to be able to get their shot.
Yes, yes, we did. We were a Nike sponsored team first, and then we went to Adidas. And from 16 years with Adidas, we had signed with Under Armour.
Yeah.
Until my troubles came.
Before we get into your troubles, there were some big names that we're talking about in terms of you helping to inspire these young people into the success of their lives.
You know, we had kids from all over, from Baltimore, D.C., Virginia. Some of the names, you know, Mark Karcher, who went to Temple, Kevin Lyles went to Temple, McDonald's All-Americans, DeMar Johnson, who was Riverdale, Maryland kid, who was number 6 pick in the draft. Keith Bogans out of Virginia, who was a 13-year NBA player. James White, Michael Beasley, Nolan Smith, Quinn Cook, the list goes on and on and on.
I want to talk now about the shift. I mean, the cover of the book really shows it all. Powerful image there. The shift from powerful youth basketball coaching to convicted felon.
Yes.
What happened?
Keeping my arms open to everyone and not being able to tell no one no. And it just, my troubles, my financials just started to kind of get to me. And I went back to something I didn't need to go to.
And tell me about the lessons that you learned while you were in prison.
Well, part of the lessons are, you know, you need to separate yourself from certain people. You know, you need to make sure you hold yourself accountable. Its consequences come with every choice you make. So every decision you make, you have to make sure that it's the right one. And just being a loyal person and loyal to yourself first and not everyone else, which I was.
You're starting up DC Assault once again,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
And trying to do what you do best.
Yes.
Right? And so tell me about how you are able to get back into the game after this period of your life.
I had kids who played for DC Assault who had their own youth program, a basketball program. So I started to help. So luckily, New Balance came in and wanted to bring DC Assault back. They didn't want me to change the name.
Are you surprised that they came back after
Yeah, I did.
What happened?
Yes, I was a little surprised. I thought because, you know, people judge what you went through.
Yeah.
This book can touch a lot of lives, not just the athlete. So for me, the lessons are you have to continue to strive and don't allow your letdowns and you falling. It doesn't determine who you are. And, you know, you have to make the best of whatever you go through.